What up, Herd? Welcome to another episode of Cover Lovers, where we get to talk about this week's incentives as well as store exclusives. And with us, as always, is the entire Morello family. We have Mike, Dale, and the latest addition to the family.
Loretta.
What?
Loretta.
Loretta's the name of the dog?
Loretta Castor.
Loretta Castorini.
If anyone knows what that's from, please write it in the chat.
I don't know why it's Morella at Morella.
Do you know the movie? Anyone know the movie?
I do not.
Oh,
Morella Castorini.
what a terrible Italian you are.
Morella Castorini Morella.
Obviously, things are good.
Oh, look at that.
Already,
Already,
8 weeks old, mini Australian Shepherd.
Look.
Very cool. Very cool.
Jesus.
So that's what you did this weekend?
This
You went puppy hunting?
is all. Don't worry about it, Dan. Everyone doing okay? You doing all right? What's up with you?
Oh man, I'm doing all right. The Dodgers lost today or this afternoon, and
I heard.
Little heartbroken. I'm not gonna lie. So hopefully they can right the ship and get a win up in New York.
You shut your mouth when you're talking to me, sir. No, that's not true because they're going to play the Mets, right?
They are playing the Mets.
I hope they beat the hell out of the Mets.
Screw the Mets.
Me too. All right. And as always, before we get started, let us give a quick shout out to our sponsors, one of them being Cover Price. Make sure to use Nirvana 14 for 30 days of unlimited cover price for only 99 cents. And as always, head on over to birdcitycomics.com and use code word TNH10 to save yourself 10% off your entire purchase. And as always, shout outs to Uncle Rudy. What is going on, sir? And make sure to give our resident DJ Eddie a follow at Beats by Monster on IG. And as always, GT Key, what is going on? Trish, hello. And yes, 2 babies, a puppy and Dale. That's for damn sure. Joffrey, what is going on? Kenneth, how's it going, man? James, look good to see you, buddy. All right. Oh, here we go. Yes, Stray Dogs plush coming soon.
Woo! Finally. Oh my gosh. We only waited. How many years has it been now?
All right. And also, just a quick announcement. Jeff will be joining the show, but he's running just a little late. But you know what? The show must go on as always. So Mike, Dave, are you guys ready? And Loretta, are you guys ready?
Loretta? You ready, Loretta?
She's like,
darn tootin'. Got any dog covers?
Oh, here we go. Sorry about that, Trish. Is the puppy named a reference to Moonstruck?
Yes, it is. It's Cher's character in Moonstruck.
Oh, there you go. That's the one that she won the Academy Award for, right?
are you freezing?
He's not freezing. Likely we are freezing because we always freeze because our internet sucks.
But the Academy Award, right, is what the Cher won for that movie?
Yeah, I think she did. If she didn't, she should have because she was awesome in that.
Nice. All right. You ready, Mike?
I am indeed. Is Jeff joining us or no?
Yeah, he's running a little late. But
okay. Okay. Cool.
He's going to join us. All right. So, the best of the worst. I know. We got Wonder Woman by Steven Subic. We got Batman Full Moon by Mike Perkins. And Nightwing number 118 by Nubowitch. Oh, my God. All right. So, Mike?
I have to choose one of these pieces of shit?
You have to choose one of these, like, really bad covers.
Oh, my God. I mean, I guess the least worst is the Mike Perkins because it's splash page, but the proportions are all wrong. His legs are way too small, or his arms all jacked up, or something. Who's the other character? Do I just not know it, or is it like a really badly drawn rendition of something I do know?
I don't know.
I don't know. The Nightwing is horrible. I mean, just like so pedestrian. I honestly think Deo might be able to draw it better than that.
This is seriously the first thing that you showed us?
Yeah, I wanted because there were just so many bad covers this week.
You just wanted to
last week was
ruin
bad
us.
too.
And so I just wanted to put them all together instead of making each slide individually. And I wanted to see Mike squirm as he has to pick the best of the worst.
The Subic is bad, but I have a feeling that it was a little bit bad in the pencils, and then whoever inked it made it more bad. because those features on the face, it looked like they used a Sharpie or something. It's horrible. I mean, these are horrible. These are all horrible covers. I mean, you know what? I think in this case I have to choose the worst one as the one I would buy, just because they're so shockingly bad. I think I have to pick the Steven Subic. It's the one that presents the worst.
Oh, there you go. All right, Jeff. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, sorry I was late. My stuff broke.
No worries.
So I had to figure out how to put the camera back on. So,
jeez.
But you're here now. So, which is your pick?
God, do I have to pick one?
I said the exact same thing.
Yeah. So I'm probably gonna reiterate whatever he said I missed. God, that looks like a giant Wonder Woman. That's just so.
That's a man, baby.
Yeah. What up, Steve?
For being late, not bad.
That's
dude. Thank you for joining.
Dude looks like a lady.
Yes.
And God, she's so big and her head looks so small. It's kind of ridiculous.
Igor, what's up?
Yeah, the legs are off. It's so gross.
It's rough.
Yeah, the Batman that looks like a teen Batman.
Yes.
Yeah, who skipped all the leg days.
Yeah, it's a 15-year-old dressed as Batman. That's what that is. I'm assuming that's a werewolf.
That's what I thought, but like, what character is that then?
Maybe it's a new
It
one.
looks
It's Batman Full Moon. So
yeah, so it's got to be a werewolf, right?
It's
But
gotta
is that
be
like a pre-existing character?
I don't know. I mean, maybe somebody he knew as a regular human turned into a werewolf. I don't know. But yeah, that's just terrible. The range is terrible.
Wonder Woman She-Hulk crossover. No one asked for.
And the Nightwing is good Lord, what's wrong with his legs, his arms? It's all terrible. God, I don't even. I mean,
Jeff.
I take the Nightwing for the background, but I take Nightwing out. And these are 3 different books.
Oh yes.
God.
These will be on shelves at cover price this week. That's how fucking. I mean, when's the last time you've seen a 1 in 25 for cover?
I'd be ashamed if any one of these was in my pull box. I would be mad at the LCS and be like, why'd you even? You saw the cover. Why'd you put it in my pull box? Okay,
It's
if
like,
I had
you really
to
got to
pick,
read this.
I'll pick
1 in 25.
I'll pick the Nightwing because of the doves.
All right, you're a John Woo fan. I can tell.
For real, this is when doves cry.
That's right.
They're all crying.
Yeah,
I like that. All right, Steve, you're up, man. The best of the worst. What do you got?
If I had to close my eyes or put my hands over my eyes, it'd just be like by
I could
luck of the
close
draw
my
on this one.
eyes forever.
Oh, beautiful, Mike. Yeah, I just probably, you know what, Nightwing. For the background. There's a little contrast. There's a little something for me to focus on in the background, and yeah, that's it. I mean, not much to say about the other covers. They kind of they're not vibing with me.
I mean, look at Little Orphan Annie over there on the Wonder Woman cover. She's gonna like
She's
fall
aspiring
over
to be
and break her legs because like that ankle
Igor.
is a stick.
You're a gentleman and a scholar, Igor. You could see what I'm putting down, my brother, or what you're putting down. Since you probably said it.
All
first.
right.
Terrible.
Hopefully this will be a palate cleanser here. We have the perspective covers. We got 2 of them this week. We got Ultimate Spider-Man number 10 by Ben Harvey, which is a 1 in 25, and Batman and Robin Year 1 number 1 by Carl Kerschel, and it's also a 1 in 25. So Jeff, you really like talking about perspectives. So who did it better?
I think,
Man, you taking the booty cover too far, bro.
yeah, dude.
I just wanted to give
Seriously.
you that crotch shot right in the face, Jeff.
I'm like, why is Robin?
Give me
Robbing
Batman with
us
the
of
pea
my-
stain first. Good lord.
He's Robin.
I mean, at least put tights on him. Jesus. Yeah, this is that Batman is and Robin is just honestly, it's terrible. God, Batman looks like he's a what do you call those? He's bulimic.
He's
And all you see
Oh
is
yeah,
ribs.
like he had a little too much supper. Alfred fed him a little too much.
It's horrific. Look, I
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I can
right?
Never
Like-
unsee this cover.
like that's ass, balls, and taint in your
Damn, you
face.
said that, not me.
It's no longer. It's not a booty cover. It's not even a crotch cover. It's a taint cover. Yeah, I'm out of the Kershaw one. That's horrific.
Jeff, do you see that?
I'd rather have him in fishnets than just that. Seriously. No, you didn't mishear me, James. You heard me correctly. That it's anything's better than that.
Oh my god.
Just cover up a little bit more. This gives the joke of Batman and his Teen Wonders a whole nother meaning. This is oh my god. I'm taking the Spider-Man and the Green Goblin over that for sure. At least he's Alex Ross, super light Alex Ross with the styling. I actually am not against the sketchy part of the glider. I'm kind of dig it, but yeah, it's good lord. I think the perspective at least is better on the Spider-Man than Green Goblin. I just don't understand why the Green Goblin's covered up with his arms. That's kind of like cheating it. His leg, he's really ass out on that too. You just can't see it, but the perspective shows it. Yeah, I'm taking that out. Spider-Man.
Okay. So I know the chat really loves the Batman and Robin Year 1 number 1 cover. Steve, do you also like the Batman and Robin cover?
No, sir, I don't like it. Just like Ren and Stimpy, brother. No, I do not. I mean,
You don't like your teenage crock shots?
no, man. I mean, it's like,
Oh God.
like, dude, what is going on, buddy? Why is he like that? Why, like, that's the question I want to ask. Why is he even like that? Carl, talk to me.
Oh man.
I like the age of where it's going. Maybe if you put Robin like up, like if you like 180'd him over, I'd feel a little bit different about that.
These covers are so bad. Mike is like, he's getting his dog to like snuggle him.
Mike is on mute. Like he's right now. He's saying
because
like-
he'd be laughing the whole time.
he's like, hurry
I
up.
refuse.
That's what he's saying. He's like, hurry up, Steve.
I refuse to choose one of these.
Oh, but you know
There's
you have
no
to.
way to choose.
You have
There's
to.
no way to choose
I
one of these
can't
covers.
choose the Ben Harvey either because I feel it looks like. It's just
Do
something
you
odd.
like the crotch shot, ma'am?
Ew.
There you have it. There you have it.
Let's do this. Am I?
Yeah,
No, you're not.
Alonzo, this is what I was going to ask.
We,
as
oh,
Chris has said.
no. Like that's
This is a palate cleanser.
well, the quad shot is on purpose.
Yeah, this is
Well,
Alonzo.
clearly.
Alex.
Exactly.
I need
That's
a drink
okay.
of water.
I'm good for it. That is serving that. We all know Robin is gay for Batman.
Or
And that's
Batman is
okay.
gay for Robin.
Oh, that's all good. Who the fuck cares? Like, it's just confirming what we all knew, and whatever, man.
I
Like,
told you it was reaffirming it. I told you it was reaffirming that stereotype.
but who
They did.
cares? That needed representation in that time too. Like, we're good. Like, let's go.
I don't need that representation in my
Regardless, the cover still sucks. With or without the taint shot, it's still a bad cover. Regardless,
So are you taking Ben Harvey there?
so
Mike?
it doesn't matter. Free is way better, but I'm not choosing because they both suck.
Oh, you
I
got
would've
to choose.
bought-
Come on.
The cursive.
You chose
Fine,
the
the,
best of
Harvey.
the
You would
worst.
have bought because okay. God.
Let me say this: if they try to ban the gay pride stickers in high schools in Tennessee, I will tattoo a fucking rainbow on my forehead.
Random. DC has an entire pride line,
21.
so we're good on DC. I don't think they have any problem with the content in this case, but it's just not a good cover regardless. It's an interesting choice. I'm not sure if he's trying to be funny or if he tried to do an angle that he thought was difficult for himself and thought it was cute to do this one. So fine. Okay. All those reasons aside, it still doesn't,
Hell,
it's still not great.
the
like-
Batarang sucks ass.
It does. Like all the pieces of it are just not good. It has nothing to do with just the taint shot. And the Spidey, obviously, but we see Spidey in that position in the air, although horrible in this particular case. It's just sort of one of the things that you're going to get with Spidey here and there. That cover is far superior artistically.
Spidey has no torso.
That Spidey does have no torso, but I get it. He's like leaning forward, and so it's foreshortening on the torso. I get that part, but
I get it.
no, it's not a great cover from Harvey. He can do a lot better than this. Yeah, the Kerschel's just rough. The Kerschel's rough.
Hey, look, at least these. I will say that at least the Spider-Man is better than the last 3 covers that we saw previously, and better than the one to its right.
No. All right. How about this one? We have a double helping of Torren Clark. We have Uncanny X-Men number 4, which is a 1 in 25, and Destro number 5, which is a 1 in 50. All right, so Steve, are you available, or should we just jump to Mike?
Oh, I'm here.
Oh, Steve, let's go.
All right. You know what? I'm digging the perspective of Gambit.
You save some money, Igor.
But for me, since I've been on a G.I. Joe kick and I've been collecting them, and the artwork looks just as close as a battle scene for sure, if not, dead on. Like, look at the Hiss tank on that. I'm gonna go with the 1 in 50. Yeah, 1 in 50.
All right, thank you, Steve. All right, Mike, you're up.
I don't really like either one of these to be frank, because I often like Torren Clark's work. The Destro, I think, is a little bit better, but I think he got some of the lighting wrong on Destro's face, and so it looks a little strange to me. But I do like that it's an action shot. I like that we got the hiss in the background. I like that we've got some gunfire. Like, there's some cool action going on.
You got Fred Rocha lying down asleep.
It's a pretty it's a pretty dynamic. It's a pretty dynamic cover overall. I like the overall sort of aesthetic. The impact of the cover is good, but I also think Destro's head might be a little small as well, which is a little off-putting. It could just be because they jammed it up against the trade dress. Mm-hmm. That might be also kind of tricking my brain a little bit, but I think that cover is much better. The Gambit seems phoned in. It's a cool perspective, and it was a good compositional idea, not executed quite as well as it could be. So I think the 1 in 50 Destro is slightly better. as Torren would say. Just
Yeah, dude, Mike, you read my mind. I was gonna say, like he's telling you about the head. He's like, I was just shy of.
All right, what about you, Jeff? Do you agree? Destro for the win?
God, I actually, the Destro looks off. Like, I think Mike nailed it. There's something wrong with his head. It looks like he's a shorter person in a taller person's outfit.
Yeah, that too.
I do agree that I like the action, like the gunfire. I like the background of the whole thing. I just Destro throws me off, but I might still have to agree that it might be slightly better than the Gambit one, just because it feels like he was going for a what is a Nakayama the
negative space.
yeah, it looks like he was trying to, because the outfit and the background just matched too perfectly. I do.
Yeah, and the design on his pants.
Yeah, I do dig the cards being closer to the forefront of the cover, but the rest of it, Gambit is not done so well. Yeah, it's not so great. So I actually have to take the Destro over the X-Men, but
Okay.
I don't like their faces on the Destro. That's all.
I can't answer. Clearly not very difficult, because whoever has this job right now should have been fired years ago. It's the same guy who does the trade dresses, obviously.
Yeah,
and barcode placement.
I agree. The pose, that was the other reason why I would pick the Destro, because the pose for Gambit that's every other cover that Gambit is on.
Yeah, something like that. Throwing the cards. Yeah.
I mean, I like the dynamic, like in the wind in his coat, but it also makes him look like a chubby Gambit too, because of the negative spacing.
Chubby
It's look like he has a sweater that
Dad bod
He's
Gambit.
got dad bod. Yep.
Yeah, too many beignets there.
Dad bod Gambit.
Dad bod Gambit. He's
looking good for 47.
I'm about to make a name for myself. You know.
He's got dad titties.
Yeah.
Oh, damn right.
Hey, easy.
I didn't say you had him.
He can finally retire. He's got a great 401k, Eager. I can assure
He's
you
got
that.
a great
That's right. Oh, here we go. Barrel-chested Remy. Thanks, Derek.
Okay.
There you go. Thank you, Derek.
Yeah. He's husky.
All right, moving on to the next one. We have Vicarious #1, and this is a one per store by Dan Panosian. Mike, what are your thoughts on this one?
Okay, this one I like. This is cool. And I think this actually needs to be a virgin. I think it gets a little ruined by the trade dress, and I don't usually say that. I kind of usually don't care. It's something that doesn't take enough away from a cover, unless they're doing something like covering something like a butt or boobs with a trade dress. But in this case, it really shines, no pun intended, without the trade dress. I think all of the little details, all of the little lighting choices, the details in the hands and the face, all the stars and stuff. It's a really intricate cover. And I think really, really well executed. And Panosian's been on fire this whole year. I mean, almost everything he touches, even some of the most sort of throwaway titles and stuff that he does.
Godzilla.
Yeah, that
He's
Godzilla.
put, I mean, he's put just great covers out. I just ran across one I hadn't seen, which was, I think, a Savage Red Sonja cover that he did. I know, I'm the Red Sonja homer, but somehow I missed this cover, and I saw it the other day, and it's gorgeous. And again, much like this one, it really shines edge to edge, and it's big and bold. And I think in this case, it needs to be a virgin. This is probably going to be pretty tough to get one. Well, I don't know. #1, maybe not, but who publishes this? What is that? Is that
like
Boom
Boom?
Studios. And again,
Yes.
this is one.
All right, yeah, so
store,
maybe
the
not,
version.
because anyone's anyone's gonna get one. You can order
It's a
one. Even if you
virgin.
order one copy of the book, I think you can get a one per store.
One per store.
So, but man,
These might be harder to come by, because I mean, like, if you're really good with your LCS and like you're an indie guy, because I know, like, in my position, if I wanted this, my comic guy's getting it for me and setting it aside, or telling me you best to get your butt there at opening time. Just yeah. Sorry about that, Mike.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I mean, the eyes looking in the, this just that particular angle of the eye gaze is cool. The hair is really well done. I mean, there isn't anything about it that I would change. The little cracks in the lips, just,
Yep.
It's fucking good. This is what incentive cover should look like, folks.
What about you, Jeff? Do you agree?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Mike. I don't like my trade dress tattooed across his forehead. So,
Yep.
yeah, that's the Virgin is definitely better. Personal opinion, I wouldn't think this would be necessarily difficult to get, because I don't think you have a lot of people to compete with at your LCS to get this. And if you're lucky like us in SoCal, I mean, there's a lot of LCSs. So, you have a good chance to get one of these. I definitely love all the details. Shit, you can even see like his nose hairs. That's crazy.
Damn, you're looking at in that deep, huh?
I mean, it's facing right toward me. I mean,
Yeah, but it's that kind of cover, though. I agree with Jeff. Like you start to really look at the little details, the eyelashes, and
Yeah,
all
the
that kind of
eyelash.
stuff
I can't even see the nose.
eyes are great. I agree with that. The lighting
Stubble.
is perfect. Yeah, the stubbles are great. It's all the way down his neck. It's not even perfect, so it's like I like that too. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I can't complain about this for
Yeah,
sure.
it's a
This is
good cover.
definitely the best cover that we've seen so far.
All right.
Oh, no doubt.
All right. What
Not
about
even-
you,
not even a
Steve?
concept.
Oh, ditto. I mean, Dan killed this cover. To me, it also has like a touch of Alex Ross, like a sense of realism in that sense.
It's
but,
the coloring. It's the
Yeah.
oranges and pinks and stuff. Yeah.
yeah, and I just love the psychedelic in those colors.
Yeah.
I like the mixture going in from like the greens, blues. I'm freaking out, man.
It's like
that
a
whole
Woodstock version of Warlock.
yeah. Like you're looking up from your back, or he's looking up from his back, staring out in the cosmos. It's
I
awesome.
like that.
Dig it. If I was like collecting on a full level for moderns, I'd be jumping on this probably, just for the
Nice.
indie sake too as well.
All right. Let's move on to this one here. We got Leaded Gasoline #1. And this is just a 1 in 5 by David Murdoch. All right, Jeff.
So, obviously, there's a cover for this.
There is.
This is not going to cost you more than cover price. It shouldn't. It's a 1 in 5. I think the trade dress is too big, so that kind of ruins the cover on the A cover a little bit. But I don't think it takes too much away from it. I don't know if they were charging like $15 for this, I don't think I would go after it. But it's decent art. It looks painted, so that's good. I don't think there's anything I can say bad about it. I kind of dig it. I dig the fog. Like you can kind of see like the city skyscrapers in the background, but covered by fog. That's cool. All the cars details, like those look awesome, even though there's not as much detail because it's dark, but you can tell like they feel like 70s 80s kind of cars. That's cool. I think the one thing I don't like about it is just the eyes. The rest of it's perfectly fine with me. But the eyes it's fine too. It's not terrible. So I mean, it's a cool cover.
Okay. Looks like Terry agrees with you. He says like the eyes or the sky has a resting bitch face, so I can see that.
It clearly is not impressed with what I mean, as we're looking at it, it's looking at us the same way.
I know. So Steve, are you impressed by this?
Well,
When I see
before you
this,
go, Steve, I just wanted to say, like, it looks like the face is actually painted, which is kind of crazy. Like, kind of dig that detail though. No, I mean
would agree, yeah.
like the actual face is not painted by the artist, but like their face is painted over.
Yeah, down the center,
Like
right?
like
With
they
that
like they
touch
have
of red.
blackface.
Damn.
I'm just saying.
He went there. All right, Steve.
Yeah, he done did. You know, he done did. I would agree with Mike's Total Dragon channel. It totally looks like an album cover.
Jeff just got
Also,
us
this
canceled.
looks.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
That's what we cannot get on Twitch anymore. It's all because of Jeff.
Hey, I didn't draw it, okay?
You know, there's going to be some consequences and repercussions after this, young man. This also looks like a horror movie cover to me, like something that I would be reminiscent of walking through Blockbuster or Hollywood video and just being like, "Oh, I gotta watch that," picking it up. Not so bad. I like it. I like the horror sense in it. Uses of colors kind of sets the tone, and then you got that face looking right at you. I'm all, where's Peele and Jordan and Peele to set this movie straight, you know?
Mm.
That's what I'm thinking. Good job, David Murdoch.
All right. What about you, Mike?
So this gives me a different vibe. This looks like it might be an homage to the Great Gatsby dust jacket. Go take a look at that if you get a sec. But that's the vibe I'm getting from it, and it's one of the most famous dust jackets of all time on a piece of literature. So I think, again, like we've said, this needs to have no trade dress for it to have its full impact. The layout of all of the elements look like there's an entire face going on. Lighting coming down the middle, which sort of looks like a nose, and then you have the headlights of the cars, which look like teeth. And so I'm seeing like a whole face in this cover, which is really kind of cool. It's got a mood to it that I really dig. No, it's not earth shattering. It's not gonna blow the doors off, but
Guru is in the house.
It is super moody, and I dig that. It doesn't, a cover doesn't have to be super complicated to be effective. I'm assuming something car related. I don't know. Then, I dig it. Especially as a 1 in 5 that probably won't cost you much more than cover price to get the virgin version. I think if if it's a piece of art you like, then go for the 1 in 5. It's way better than the one with the trade dress. But I like it. But I think maybe because I'm kind of a literature guy, and that dust jacket is, it's iconic. So to me, this gives me that feel. I don't know if that's what it is, or if it's just incidental on the bottom of the Great Gatsby cover, and then the eyes of TJ Eckelberg in the middle like that. There is a mouth on the Gatsby one, and there's no girl. However, on one of the other dust jackets, there is a girl. So it could be just a mashup of the two Great Gatsby dust jackets. I don't know. Maybe. I know I'm going like way down the rabbit hole on this.
You are. So let's stop
I'm
you.
like falling through it
right there.
I know.
Long
story short,
in case you guys were curious, here's the image of that cover.
Yeah, this looks nice. Yeah, I dig it. I love the concept.
So I can see some. It could be a slight homage. Could be a slight homage. All right.
Either way, it gives me a similar feel, and I like that feel. So don't love it. I think it's good, but not great.
Okay. All right, let's move on to this one. The Exorcism at 1600 pen, number 1 in 10 by Stephanie Hahn. Steve, take it away.
I really dig Stephanie Hahn's work. I've always loved it. I have had like several covers of hers, exclusive wise. This one, I don't know. Like it's kind of cluttered, and I can understand why. For some reason, I just kind of just misses me, and I'm a horror guy too. I just nothing horrifying about it. I think there's just too much going on for you to take in. If you were not like looking at it and you were just looking at the top instead of the bottom and go, oh, there's the demon. I mean, it just for me, it's just too crammed in.
It doesn't scare you that demons coming out of her legs.
That's true, Jeff. Thank you for pointing that picture out, man. You sick bird, you. Jeff is just whizzing on by today, isn't he?
He's on a roll, man.
I mean, you know what I was thinking? I was thinking that it's like there's like a wood piece there, but I mean, you said it, and now it's out there. It's out of the ether.
It is. It is.
Oh my god!
All right.
Now what do I
about you,
say
Mike?
to
What are your
that?
thoughts on this one?
No
So
wonder she's flinching.
Yeah.
I do appreciate, as I always do, an artist going in a different direction than they normally go. And while I don't love the cover, and Stephanie Hans almost always just draws one single big character of some kind. Usually very pretty. Colors are usually really nice. There's usually some sort of a design element going on. This isn't. This is just a straight telling story kind of a cover, which we don't get from her very often, if ever. I'm not sure I remember one single cover like that from her. So I like the departure for her. I think overall it's good. It tells good story, but it is a little busy. I don't know what she could have done to make it unbusy like in here. That's probably straight out of the book, if I had to guess. I don't really know. I'm not sure it's one that I really want to see or picture in my mind, but it is there. So anyway, long story short, I appreciate the attempt at something different. I think it's executed well, but I think it's too busy overall and doesn't present quite like I would like it to.
Okay. What about you, Jeff?
Yeah, so I would have never have guessed this was done by Stephanie Hans because it's not her normal style. It actually reminds me of like political satire, like that kind of art style.
Like Keen Spot? Like
yeah. It just feels like that's what she was going for because if you've ever read a newspaper, it's the actual physical paper you guys actually used to get in the morning. Yeah, it's obviously this has color on it, but
I love that, Jeff. You had to explain
I know.
hey,
what the newspaper was.
we don't know who's watching this. It could be some kid. What's
Yeah.
a newspaper?
What's that? Wait, you talking about like my feed?
You mean my iPad? No, yeah. So I mean, that's what it gives me the vibe of because I mean that looks like she's stylized the drawings of these ex-presidents because they look like ex-presidents. I mean, it looks like JFK. It looks like Richard Nixon. It looks like Obama. Like it has that feel. So I dig it for that, but I don't think it's something that would catch my eye off the shelf and go, oh, I have to have that. The Resolute desk looks like crap. It's just very too perfect.
It's too
straightforward.
squashed.
Yeah, that too. So yeah, this is not the Hans I want.
Sounds good. All right. How about this one here? This is like the only good, in my opinion, DC cover for this entire week. But we got Multiversus Collision Detected #3, a 1 in 25 by John Somariva, I guess. All right, Mike, what do you got?
I'm not sure what I think about this. I mean, I think it's got like a cool comic-y vibe to it that sort of fits the crossovers, but I don't know how I feel about this one. I really don't. I'm thinking I like it just because I dig it. I like to remember that comics are supposed to be fun. Oh wait, 1 sec. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. That's all right. All right, Jeff, why don't you take it away?
I'm okay with it. Would I say it's 1 in 25? I don't know if I say it's 1 in 25, but I think it's a cool cover. I dig it. Adventure Time. Why is there so many copies of Adventure Time. Oh, there's okay. I got it. Okay. There's multiple Tom and Jerry's as well. So
because it's a multiverse.
it's a multiverse. I get it.
Derek, that's
What did Derek say? What did he say?
Did you just Jeff, Mike?
What did Derek say?
Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead and pull it up.
Derek's comment is hysterical. The Hans that Jeff wants is the one from Frozen.
Nailed it.
Thanks. Thanks. I appreciate that.
Oh, I'm glad I didn't have to pee. I would have peed my pants a little on that one.
I like the stylization of Superman and Brainiac to fit the cartooniness of the whole thing. So I mean, I can appreciate all of that. I just don't know if this is something I would get, but I will say this is probably going to be hard to get.
Yeah, I would say.
Yep. All right, Mike, back to you. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Yeah. So, I mean, all I was going to say was this reminds me of some of those like Looney Tunes sort of mashups that they had done in the past, which I also kind of liked for the same reason, just reminding me that sometimes comics are just supposed to be fun and they're not, and they're for kids, even though we're the adult kids buying them. So there's like a cool place for this. It's not for me. I wouldn't buy it. It's certainly not for what it'll probably go for. But overall, I dig that these covers still happen and that they're encouraged. So mediocre for me. Certainly not 1 in 25 worthy, but as like a B cover, I think it's kind of badass.
And at least you know who owns all of these properties. Warner Brothers.
What are your thoughts on this, Steve?
Yeah, it's not. I was gonna say it's. I don't hate it. I mean, it's pretty cool. I dig it for the Tom and Jerry aspect, the mishmash of Adventure Time as well, and then Superman. How they kind of stylized him in a little more. I mean, he's a comic, but we've seen him in cartoon form. But here they kind of like really stylized him in a more cartoon Superman fashion. Longer
More Saturday
arms,
morning.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty cool. That's all I gotta say. I'm not hating on it.
All right. What about this one? Grim number 20. 1 in 30 by Reiko Murakami. Jeff?
I mean, it's cool. I like the art. I don't like these Grim covers. I just don't. It's just very plain, very simple, very kind of one note. And I think it's all across the board. I don't even think it's not just this one. It's like, didn't Frizen do some?
Frizen had the beginning sets.
Yeah, like the first 12.
I think I had the 1 in 25 in that foil when they started doing foil. I ended up getting rid of that.
I mean, it's not going to catch my eye when I go to the store.
Okay.
Art wise, it's nice. It's like I said, it's kind of plain. It's kind of it's too zoomed in. I dig the weapon that she has. I can't tell if you didn't know this book, if you didn't see this book before, never seen a cover before, you wouldn't know that flame above her is part of the weapon.
It's true.
Right? You would just think it's something flying over her. So that's what throws me off. I don't understand why they cheaped out and just it's all closed in and you wouldn't know that it was a weapon. So yeah.
Okay.
This would I would pass.
All right,
but it's decent art.
Oh. Go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, I mean, I started reading Grimm in the beginning. It was pretty all right. Boom Studios usually gets you in like when it comes to like indie horror or whatever the title. I mean, they usually get you to read their books. This just I don't know. It is like what Jeff said, very simplistic. Um, the lighting on her face, where is that coming from? And it has kind of like what looks to be like a digital touch to it, and I just don't. I'm not a fan of that. Um, yeah.
Okay. What about you, Mike?
This does absolutely nothing for me, and I agree with Jeff's original comments. These all kind of just have this one note feel to them, like those others that just. I think it's just that there's no real good design choices for the show, for the book. I mean, it's just kind of a boring aesthetic overall, and there isn't a whole lot artists can really do with it, to be honest. Yeah, I also agree that I have no idea that that's part of the weapon. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how I would know that. So, other than reading it, I don't know how I would know that. So, no, this just does nothing for me. I appreciate the attempt at a cool angle and some. It just doesn't work for me. It just doesn't do anything for me. Colors are cool, I guess.
All right, let me share this other cover.
Go for it. Oh, Jeff, boo! Don't get off of there, Jeff.
Oh, that wasn't my fault then.
All right, moving on to the next one. We have Mystique #1, a 1 in 50 by Yasmin Putri.
Derek got me in trouble.
Nah,
Someone-
he did.
someone
He
got
did.
me in trouble.
I
Iger.
commented on it. Here it is.
I
I already knew, man. I already knew. All right, Mike, what do you got on this one?
I think it's a little over to it. Man, I hate that trade dress. That's rough. That's really rough. And I like the whole jumping out through a window thing. That usually works pretty well. Maybe the guns needed to be blasting too. That would have been cooler.
Oh yeah, perfect touch.
And that might have done it for me. But I mean, this is like a nearly impossible angle to nail. And I think it's done well here. I think it's executed correctly.
Okay, Jeff.
Or at least correctly understand what's happening, which is a tough feat. But man, that trade dress really destroys this cover. I think overall it's a cool concept and it is done well, but I think it's just a touch overworked, especially in the blue sections, the skin sections. But I get that that's hard to do. So a cool cover. Certainly not a 1 in 50 though.
Okay, sorry about that, Mike. Thank you. All right.
Yeah,
Jeff,
no, I agree. It's probably, I'd give it an A cover. I think it's good enough for an A cover. The trade dress reminds me of like Space Ghost. It's too cartoony. It just doesn't fit. I don't know why they picked that. It's just, that's weird. As far as the what do you call it? The perception? No, is that the right word?
Perspective.
Perspective. Thank you. It looks perfectly fine. Looks like she's jumping backwards out of a window. That's cool. I would say that her guns are tiny little pew pews.
it's not the size of the gun.
Is there enough? Is there enough ammunition in that?
It looked like little 22s.
Yeah, little pea shooters.
Yeah. So I mean, other than that,
Wildcats, a little tiny one.
Yeah, I dig it. It's yeah, I can't say anything really wrong about it. But I could say it's not a 1 in 50 to me.
Okay. All right, Steve. What do you think, man? Anything more to add?
Yeah, I mean, I like the capture of the action pose and the dynamic of her jumping out of the window, getting some last shots in. Totally agree with the guys that trademark is just atrocious. I mean, I'm more of a fan of version like covers because of that. Sometimes a trademark could just kill it, but if you can get, someone's like a Virgin cover as far as like their artwork. It's perfect for me. I love it. It just presents better to me. I dig what Yasmin did, but it's 150 is too high, dude. Let that sucker wait it out, and then come back around for it if you really dig her work.
All right. Thank you, sir. Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And I believe that does it for the incentives. A very light week, and there was a ton of crappy covers this week. So, yeah, I excluded a bunch of them.
Wait, is the one that Igor
God,
showed you, is that a store exclusive?
So let's move down to store exclusives, Jeff.
Wow, Alonso.
61 by Ichikuri, and it's from Unknown LE. Who knows? Cost God knows what. All right, Jeff. What do you think?
That's not how you say this, artist. Come on now, say it right.
Ichikuri.
No, I know, but you got to say it like Rob does.
Oh God, I don't even know how Rob does it.
There you go.
Yeah, dude. Big Rob's still here in spirit, man. Still in spirit.
It's like a fighting move.
But he's dying on his couch right now. He's got a bad back, and the Dodgers lost.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so send your good juju and positive thoughts to Big Rob.
Yeah,
let him know that you'd like him to, play with his action figures more tonight than ever.
More
Is
like
that what you call it?
He'll be sleeping with his Juggy tonight.
Yeah. That vinyl figure, yeah, it's like
It'll be
patch,
comforting him.
Yeah.
So big in this head.
Oh God, that's what she said.
Exactly.
This is so. I don't like this as a cover for a store exclusive. If I have to pay extra, it'd be cool if it was a B cover, or I kind of don't like the photo album thing going on here.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I just wouldn't pay extra for something like this. I don't even necessarily like all of the art either. There's some of it's good, it's decent. I don't like the action one where Spidey and Miles is fighting. I mean, Spider-Gwen and Miles is fighting. That's posed for Spider-Gwen is just weird. The rest of the pictures are fine. Everything else is fine. It's just I'm not paying $40 for this.
Yeah, that's probably what it'll be.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a skip it.
Okay. All right. What about you, Steve?
I agree with Jeff. This is 100% skip. Too busy. It's hard to ask. Like, it's hard to even say this is a store exclusive. This is kind of like panel work to me. Like, it's something that you would be presented within this story. So, yeah. Too much for me.
Okay.
No, thank you.
All right. What about you, Mike?
Yeah, exactly the same. It is just panel work disguised as a very expensive cover, so that's kind of a dupe. I get the concept, and it could have been done well, but I don't know. It's also just too hurts my head a little bit. It's so much to look at, and I don't mind like a good old fashioned bronze thing. I kind of dig that actually, but that doesn't come across in this. This just looks like a lot of. Just looks like kind of a mess. I don't know. Just that none of the panels specifically are all that egregious, but yeah, I think it's just interior work really, colored a little bit more like a cover, but otherwise it's a hard pass, especially at the price it's going to be.
Okay. All right. How about this one?
Oh my good lord!
Witchblade number 4. You can find it over at Fury Comics. It's Ellie of
God,
God.
Alonso.
It's going to set you back 20 bones. Steve. Oh, no, it's by Ickpot.
All right.
Bonus.
Alonzo, please tell the truth. It is not available. Alonzo bought them all.
No, I bought 2 of them.
Yeah.
Sure.
I was just going to say it's sold out.
Sure.
Literally just
I
going to
bought
say
2
that.
of them.
Yo, you know what I love? What I especially love that when
What's he especially
Alonso
love,
was
Steve?
presenting this cover, you could sense the enthusiasm in his voice. He was just so hyped. He's like, and then this next cover right now, and then he's like, oh my god.
He sounded like that when he was texting us this stuff.
Yeah, and we had the same reaction we're gonna have now.
Alonzo, like her body is just so.
You said it all,
like, her
Trish.
proportions are just out there. Look at her, like her torso.
She has a torso, Steve?
No, she doesn't.
No, she doesn't.
I mean, we all know. We don't need to address the elephant in the room, guys. I see them; they're right in front of me. She also has a peach on her too, but just
not to Alonzo.
Yeah, but not at all. The proportions are just off. Alonzo's all? Are they?
What are you talking about?
They're just
proportions.
What lower
torso,
back?
Bro. The torso, bro. Don't you judge me.
Oh God.
All right. Yeah.
Okay, Mike.
You know what's too bad is that actually the head, the face, and the hair and everything are actually pretty damn good. To be honest with you.
Yes.
Which is kind of upsetting because the rest of it's just
redunculous.
It's too damn much. Oh, good night, Dale. Good night, buddy.
Good night, Dale.
Sleep well.
Good night, Dale.
See you soon. Okay. It's just. I mean, it's over the top. Like, I mean, it's. I don't even know what to say.
Over the top.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. I think where was it? Hold on one sec. It is. I'm gonna quote when I say, "Oh my gosh, this." Yeah, no. Yikes.
Chad, you got Chad came on board.
You're gonna put this right here. Oh my gosh, this yeah, no yikes.
That is exactly.
Chad doesn't know what this cover is, but he's already pre-ordered it.
It will probably.
Baby.
Will. It will do well for the obvious reasons, but this is a hard no for me. It's a soft no for me.
Oh, it was a hard yes for me. All right, Jeff.
It is a hard pass for me, Mike. You wanted to.
So obviously, I'll say what we said in the chat. We that neck and that back has got to be killing her.
Oh, yeah.
That is the definition of a BBL. So, ladies, if you don't like the way this looks, don't get a BBL. Honestly, the only normal thing that looks good in this whole thing is what Mike said: the head, the hair, the face. I mean, although the lips look like she's got Botox, I mean, it's just all wrong. She's got a pretty big right arm.
Shit! I didn't even notice that.
That is, I mean, what? How can you notice it next to the two big boobs?
Yeah, dude.
I mean, I get that it's got the Witchblade stuff on it, which obviously is
that left arm is gnarly.
Yeah,
it's another boob. It's what it is. She's the alien from Mars.
I was gonna kind of interlude with you, Jeff, and I was gonna say, is it bad that I'm hearing Dreamweaver when I see this cover, and then you pointed that big thing out, that big arm? I was like, forget that, buddy.
Yeah. So, she's all kinds of not okay.
All right. Well, how about this one? This one was Igor approved.
Aha!
Grim number
and
20,
there it is.
And you can get it at the Comic Mint.
There you go, Igor.
Diego de Silva, LE of 100, cost of $30. Right?
And we know why Alonzo picked this one too.
Hell yeah, he said.
Yep, he did. Igor was like, hell yeah, yep. All right, Mike, come on.
The chest would look great if it were a butt. Sorry, did you call me?
I did.
Oh, I'm sorry. Of course, I froze right at that moment. Yeah, I like this cover. This obviously blows the other one away. This tells a little bit more story. It's got atmosphere. Obviously, there's some menace to it. I can tell that thing's a weapon now. It's got a nice booty on it. It's got a cool perspective. This is a much better cover. I'm surprised to see it from the where they I
One of
guess
the Horsemen?
they're sick of the shenanigans. I don't know what's going on, but this is a much better cover, and this interests me in the series a hell of a lot more than 90% of the covers that come out for that book. So don't know that it's worth $30, but it's a superior cover, maybe the best cover for this entire series I've ever seen, actually.
All right. What about you, Jeff?
Well, I'm sure they put the $30 there because it's limited to 100. But again, I don't know if I would pay $30 for it. I do think the art's great. Dig the skull. I think she's perfectly fine.
She is fine, Jeff.
Only 100 copies though.
Right. I mean,
So you only have 100.
she looks very anime.
Yeah,
Which
she
is-
does.
Which is fine with me too. Maybe not to others, but it's fine with me. I dig the background. So this is probably the best store exclusive we've seen so far. I don't know if there's anything in the book itself that would make me maybe could reconsider getting this, but
Yeah, unlikely.
my question is just how many did Alonzo buy?
0 right now.
Yeah, give it time.
Oh yeah, you got to work it up, huh? You didn't like that butt shot?
Dude, look at
Yeah,
Chad's
I'm
comment.
working on it. I'm
She
working
could
on it.
crack a vibranium walnut in betwixt those cheeks.
Yeah. Chad the man.
Oh, dude.
All right, Steve, come on. What do you got?
I dig that Final Fantasy kind of touch to
That's
as
what it-
well.
yeah.
Aside from that,
Yeah, that is
like
exactly
anime.
it.
Yeah. I love the scythe that she has on deck. That peach most certainly helps as well. Background looks great. Aesthetically pleasing to the eye. Between real life and death, and then you got that moon just striking chills down your spine. Or is it just me staring at her behind?
Yes, it is.
That was so
Okay.
poetic, Steve. I love it.
Oh,
There's layers to me, Alonzo. But yeah, no, it's cool. It at 100 for $30.
Steve is an
I mean-
onion.
Yeah. Get to that center.
This keeps making you
What's it
cry.
I'm just breaking hearts. Yeah, at 100, limited to $130. I mean, there's different type of collectors in the community, which I love. But if you're a store exclusive guy, I feel like you start off that way. I mean, you get kind of caught up in the dragon, right? You have your favorite artists, you follow them, you try to get a lot of their work. That 100 is pretty limited. At $30, pretty okay. Sure, I mean, you'd like to get this at 20, right?
Yep.
That's
Yep.
cool. It looks cool. One of the
Alright.
better, definitely one of the better Grim covers for sure.
The thing about a cover like this, NYCC or SDCC or any of those, is this is one amongst 100 covers at the con. So you could find, if this isn't the hot cover of the con, then you could maybe get this pretty easily. It's always hard to like detect what the one is going to be that everyone's going to go
Yeah.
crazy for. But
There.
wait, doesn't the Comic Mint have like 40 different covers?
well, they got all the ones that go with the 5 Horsemen of the Apocalypse.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, the reality too, also, I mean, to add, is that if you are ever going to a con, sure, it's $30. That's that con price, but they significantly dip right after. I mean, you probably could be lucky to see them still on the site, if any. Like, well, this is 100, so probably not 100, but some of their other exclusives, right? And if they're not selling right, eventually they're going to fall to that sale price where you could swoop them up. And I mean, if this is like would be if you appreciate the artist.
Here's a pro tip: if you buy con exclusive covers or comics, you sell it while you're still at the con.
Yes.
You put it up for
Yes.
sale immediately, and if you're planning on reselling, don't hold on to it. Don't bring it home. Hurry up and put it up for sale because that's when it's the hottest. That's when people are going to buy it. That's when everyone's got the FOMO. After that, everyone's like, oh, I see it all over the place now.
Yep.
So
It's like the Bridezilla cover from a couple of weeks ago. Now there's a flood of those because everyone got the ones they ordered in the mail.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's still a $70 book, but
right, but it dropped.
not a.
All right. Moving on to this one, we got a bunch of G.I. Joe covers, and this is just one of them. G.I. Joe number 1 by 616 by Nathan Zerdy, LE of 1,000, cost of $20. All right, Steve.
All right. I dig this. I love G.I. Joe. I love the concept of this Cobra Trooper, just stylized in a sexy femme fatale type of looking character. Also, I mean, they're supposed to have, there's supposed to be huge things coming within the G.I. Joe universe with all these spin-offs of single series. Now you got the main title. Might be something good to pick up at $20. Not breaking the bank. I mean, you add what $8 in shipping, $9 in shipping. But this is cool. I dig it. It kind of I was gonna say it kind of gives that retro card style look, more zeroed in, right? I mean, if you had it pulled out and then a file card, it'd be cool to see what she's about.
Okay. What do you think, Mike?
I actually like it. I'm surprised. I haven't liked a Zerdy cover in a long time, and I agree with what Steve said on this one. It's a little bit more stylized than we're used to from Zerdy. It's not just his cookie cutter girl thing.
All his girls look like they're 16.
I mean, they sort of all do. So in this particular case, though, I think that I like the hair sort of swooping around her like that. I think there's some cool stuff going on here. It still has the right amount of sexy to it and all that. The G.I. Joe fandom will probably like it a lot. It's sexy. It's well done. It's more detailed than we're used to with him. It doesn't look like a digital AI thing like a lot of his do. No tattoos this time. So this is a step up for him. I like this style a little bit better. $20 isn't too bad either.
All right. What about you, Jeff?
Yeah. So I agree. This is the better Zerdy cover than the last, I don't know, 6 months, 8 months, 9 months. I don't know. I dig. That's a lot of hair, first of all. So, right. And those are some really thick thighs.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not complaining about either one of those. I dig the fact that she's looking at the gun. I don't think I know. She does look a little 16, but she also looks like she's 19. So it depends on you how you actually view it.
Himself into it,
Trying to. She kind of looks like a one of the younger actresses that's probably in her 20s. So I can't think of her name right now, but yeah, I mean, I don't think there's anything too over sexualized. I mean, obviously, other than the form-fitting outfit. So I think that's a little departure from his 50 different, store exclusive covers that he has in the last year. So good for him. I am curious, what is she doing in the whale's mouth? That's what it looks like. It looks like she's in the mouth of Moby Dick. The background kind of
Jeff.
Hey, the background looks.
I'll just leave it at that. We'll just leave it at that.
Background looks really sus.
Okay. All right. How about this one here? This is same G.I. Joe number 1, but we're getting it from Ivan Tao, also at 616 LE 1000, $45 for the set. Mike?
This is just. I think this is just digital trash to me. I don't know. Although I will say that the face and stuff is a little less stylized than normal from Tau. So that they're really exaggerated and a little weird. There's just slightly weird. But this just looks like I don't know. I almost don't know what to say about these covers anymore. They all look so freaking similar to each other every week. I don't even know without like the title on the back how you might even decipher some of them from each other or like which character they're even supposed to be. And it's not just Tau. It's like 15 or 20 different artists that all just kind of look identical. This is one of those white noise covers that will disappear into the ether and no one will remember in a week. I think it's forgettable instantly.
Okay. What about you, Jeff?
This looks like a bootleg Baroness.
Yeah.
Honestly, if it wasn't for her shades, I wouldn't even know how. Like, it'd be so far apart from the Baroness. It'd just be like some random character, and not just that. I mean, this Baroness looks like she's Chinese. So that would have thrown me off as well.
Got to be all inclusive, Jeff. Got to.
I guess they can gender swap and
Race
swap and all that stuff to every character now, I guess. And we can't say anything about it. But I still am. So I would have never known she was the Baroness. Yeah, the art's whatever. It's like I said, I don't understand why these store exclusives are like so plain for the most part. I don't understand how you get away with that because you're charging more than most, 1 in 25s. I guess I can't.
Because you got to think like $45 plus shipping plus tax. You're like at close to $60 by then.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're definitely at $60 for that. I know.
Yeah, I mean that's too much.
Not only that, but I mean, there's just the covers are different, but they're so simple and simplistic. It just doesn't really warrant $45. No, go ahead, Mike.
I haven't said it in a while, but think of the books you could buy for $60. Like, think of the books you want. What would you go buy? It would not be this.
Especially nowadays when all the prices have come down.
Yeah, there's tons of cool books for $60 that I know you guys don't have. Go buy those.
You want a first rogue? $60.
Yes. What knows?
All right. Steve, you got anything to add?
Yeah, no. I mean, this is just. I mean, I understand. I can see Baroness in here. If I didn't see the title, I might have thought it would be like a new Marvel character with Shield. But seeing the glasses and Baroness, it looks like clear indicator is she's choosing the side of the Joe. But again, I mean, the cover, the background of the covers is simplistic. You're telling me it's kind of insulting in one sense because you're telling me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I shouldn't say insulting, but you're just changing the background, right, of the character. That's all that really is. Everything else is like the same. And it's $45 for the set. That's a lot of money, dude.
You know what that nose looks like? Selena Gomez.
Yeah, but Chad, what we're saying is that for $60, you better give me a banger of a fucking cover, not this shit. That's what I'm saying.
All right, and I'm putting this over here. Thanks, Igor. This is also one of the store exclusives for G.I. Joe #1.
Ooh, that's beautiful.
So, what are your thoughts on this one, Steve? You can go first. What do you got?
Yeah, I like the style of this. I like the style of it. Kind of reminds me of a Cammy Gone Eviler. Yet just a G.I. Joe character. Want to know a little more about her. Yeah, nailed it. I'm a fan.
And I think it's on sale now. You can get it at Big Clutch, Wanted Comics, Big Leg. And it's by Joe Benitez.
Big Leg.
Why do those names sound familiar?
because they were at San Diego Comic Con when they did.
Aren't they on YouTube?
Big
Universal
Leg is
Monsters.
yeah, that's
It's
Leggett.
YouTube,
He's
right?
awesome.
The bird, the
Back from
word.
old,
What's going on?
Pressable from the unpressable defects way back.
Yeah.
He's a veteran. That dude's awesome. I like that guy a lot. It's cool to see him getting in the game. I think if he chooses some cool stuff, I'd be down to check his choices out. He's a very discerning collector.
He has a lot of knowledge.
He does, and like to pick Joe Benitez. I mean, when's the last time Joe Benitez has done anything except for Aspen shit? I mean, or
Lady
like,
Mechanica.
Lady Mechanica, really. That's the only thing I think he's done, really. Other than it's cool to see him kind of branch out. There's some really cool choices here. I like the Cobra symbol in the back that kind of flows with her hair. Although I think overall I still like the Zerdy a little bit better for this character. I think it's still a good cover, and it's from a interesting group of resellers here. Do we know what the price is? Do we have any idea?
I don't know.
Assuming roughly the same, 35, 40.
It doesn't say. Probably have to go to their website.
Okay. Still cool though.
Yeah, the Zerdy has more details.
It does, but this is a decent cover, and for those that are a sucker for having that Cobra sign in the background, Cobra symbol in the background, this could hit the mark.
Okay, Jeff.
Yeah, no,
Anything
I agree. Nothing to really add. It's a cool cover. Nothing really wrong with it. Yeah, if you're one of those kind of cover lovers that has a certain style, especially if you're like a Joe fan and you like the Cobra symbols, yeah, I mean, just like the same thing with the burst in the background. If you're one of those people like those kind of stylized things, that specific thing, then yeah, this is cool.
Cool. All right.
It's like a school portrait.
It kind of is.
All right. Well, we're going with this Baroness, and we're going to be moving to another Baroness. We have G.I. Joe #1. You can find it KRS Eastside Comics by Sozo Maeka. LE of 500, cost of $40. All right, come on, Mike. Let's hear it.
Stuff. But this is pretty pedestrian for her. She is capable of much, much better work. And I think, just look back at some of her earlier stuff that she dropped on us, like her original Vampirella cover, her original Red Sonja Valentine's Day cover, obviously that Catwoman cover with the butt that everyone wants. I think those are the bar I set for Sozo Maeka, and this one just isn't quite there. I mean, I get that it has that sort of fashion design aesthetic, which I know she's into, and I think that's part of her history, which is cool. But I don't know. This is sort of forgettable to me. Not bad. There's nothing wrong with it. But again, if you're trying to get $40 out of me for a cover, it better be a banger, and this is not.
All right. What do you got, Jeff?
Yeah, I agree. This is I hold Sozo Maeka to a very high level, because when she came out of the gate, at least for the Catwoman covers, those were out of this world. Everyone wanted them. That was the chase each week or each month. Some people have collected all her Catwoman covers. Like that's a thing. There's nothing wrong with the art. It's blah for a Sozo Maeka cover. So yeah, I'm not paying $40 for it. I don't care how limited it is. There's a bunch of her other covers that are $40-$50 that I'd rather get than this.
Yep.
Okay. What about you, Steve?
Yeah, the price is definitely too high. I dig it still. It's not her best work, but it's still good work. Definitely like the orange background, just a replay of what you're seeing up close and personal. Love seeing her as what looks like to be a G.I. Joe. I'm down with that. More interested to see what's in the writing now. But yeah, I mean, she's done better for sure.
Okay. All right. And I think that about does it for store exclusives. So thank you, panel. Thank you, chat. All right, Mike, where can we find you?
You can find me on CBSI. That's comicbookinvest.com every Tuesday, late morning, early afternoon, depending on your time zone, for Cover Fire, exclusive non-incentive covers for the week that I like. And then, of course, if you want to go dive back into the archives, you can go check out Cover Tunes, which is on all kinds of random topics. And there's about 300 of those if you want to go back and check those out. And then some of my old interviews, including Jenny Frisson, who popped up in the chat tonight, and a few others that you might like to go check out. So pop over there, type my name in, and see what you find.
All right. Love it. Love it. Love it. I, again, love those Cover Fire, like getting geared up and ready for Wednesday warrioring. So that,
Yeah, I used to say that, and then
it's a tongue
it was
twister,
part of my
man.
spiel, and I missed it.
It was very reminiscent to like Culture Clash. We now bring you back to your regularly programming.
Oh my god. All right, gentlemen. You know what, Steve? I haven't heard your beautiful voice in such a long time. Can you please go through our sponsors?
Oh yeah, I definitely can. Definitely can, Alonso. It's great to see you, brother. Always great to see you. All right,
it's good
guys,
to
we're
see
gonna
you.
go ahead and use Nerdvana 14 for 30 days of unlimited cover price at only 99 cents. Guys, this platform, a lot of the content creators, comic book content creators, utilize this for their marketplace. If you're a fan of the marketplace, if you like tracking your numbers, if you have certain comments that are hitting the peak of spec or are hot, as they would say, you can keep track of it. You want to track your collection, you can keep track of it. Just very simple, very easy. And at 99 cents for 30 days, it's a deal. And then our friends over at Bird City and Laura, they are at NYCC. Don't forget to stop by their booth, say hello, support them. And if you're on the site and you're trying to look through their catalog, use Team Nerd Herd 10, and it'll save you 10% off of your purchase over at our friends at Bird City. And then we're going to head and close this out with here. Display Geek, our boy Sean. If you're a toy collector, you want to use Team Nerd Herd to save you 10% off of your first purchase over at our friends at Display Geek.
Oh, thank you, sir. And then Igor
No
wants
problem.
to know, are any of us going to New York Comic Con this weekend? And I am not. Nobody
I'll be
ever
there in spirit.
No,
Broke
sir.
as a joke. I'm definitely not going.
No, I'd like to,
Yeah,
but no.
dude.
I hear you.
One,
All right.
one year I will go to NYCC.
Yeah, me too, man.
I do miss New York City.
Get some piazza.
Nah.
Get some pizza, get some cheesecake, get some bagels.
Get
Bro.
some bagels. Get a Reuben over at one of the Katz's Deli is my favorite.
Oh my god. Or a pastrami.
Oh man, here we go.
Pastrami.
All right, Stan. Good night to you as well, sir.
Good night.
Stan Swagger.
Oh, here
Hey,
we
Swaggin.
go. Here we go from Igor. What do you guys think about what?
Peach
Spawn.
Spawn?
Peach? Oh, Peach Spawn.
Momoko?
There's a peach spawn. Oh god! now we
I
gotta
think
look
I've
that
seen
up.
that.
Already gonna guess that I hate it, but let me take a look.
No, James, we are fans of Glizzy's, just not as big as fan as you, man. There is not a Glizzy around that cannot be taken down.
Oh, I see it.
And we're talking about Peach Spawn.
Right.
I mean, James, what's to complain about, brother?
Where's that? Is it a store
Show
exclusive?
It is not a store exclusive. It looks like it is a
It's exclusive
I
to
think I've seen
NYCC.
it.
yeah, it's an NYCC exclusive.
I think it came out.
Here, let me
pretty dope
quickly
from what I
share it
saw.
real quick. Hold on.
Is that
Get a
she
good
spawn in the background?
Yes, it is. Or it could be, yeah, it is. Here we go. And same thing, Comic Raiders also saying, yeah, NYCC.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, that's nice. dig it.
Meh.
It's that it still comes with that horror aspect of things. And she nails horror.
She does. Oh, and there's also a McFarlane one too. Wow. There's all
Horror.
this NYCC stuff that's going on, and probably should have done a show about it. Maybe next time. Maybe
No,
next
no,
time.
no, no, no. We don't want to do that. You know how many covers there are and how many covers we're going to hate?
Oh my god.
Going to be the hottest
Hate
cover.
it.
I think the Peach Train is left the station. I don't think she's as hot as she once was. I don't think it'll be the
No more
hottest cover.
chewing, Mike.
That's my
what
own personal
happens-
opinion, but
That's what happens when it gets diluted and you do 15 covers in a week.
yeah.
You
And you
know,
put out some real trash there for a while, and it gets like people just start to forget you. I don't know. I bet there's like a decal or something out there, or like a something. There's going to be something way bigger than that.
Yeah.
We're missing something somewhere along the line.
there's a line between making money and having quality.
Agreed.
All right. Mike, do you want to give us a disclaimer?
Of course, some artists were harmed slightly in the making of this podcast, especially on that first slide. That first slide was a rough one, Alonzo.
It was. Thank you. Thank you.
I would have been like, don't even put the artists' names on there.
Oh, and Steve, can you please take us out, sir?
Yeah. If you want to do it right, collect what you like, but be a cover whore for life. Cover horse for life. Thank
Good
you
night,
guys.
everyone.
Much love to y'all.